Today I am going to talk the principle of time. Now many people want to get enlightened and they want to run away from this world. And the Western people promote the concept, it is all in the mind, it is all in the mind. No, wrong. It is not the mind. It is actually if you go deeper, you will realize the family karma, the lineage karma influences your mind a lot. Now, if you go still deeper across, you will realize that time influences a lot. Then as you go deeper, you will realize that time is dominated and dictated by 9 planets. Therefore, it's a very, very important spiritual technique to understand about time. Many people say, I do not believe in astrology, I do not believe in the planet, I do not believe that my life will be controlled by the planets. It's actually wrong. You use astrology, you use the time-based technique to enhance your what you call your spiritual growth. The people who are idiotic like Jaggi Vasudev, people who are not trained like Nityananda, who knows how to make hairstyles instead of talking about very deep and relevant things, can talk about all these things. There are various cycles of time which is available in the scriptures which will help you to go deeper into your spiritual life. The first time cycle is the Sattvic, Rajasic, Tamasic time. Now if you take the Panchang, it will be put Rajoguna, Tamoguna. The time will be put across. Now this is actually many people in the mass level, their mind becomes Rajasic, their mind becomes Tamasic, their mind becomes Sattvic. This is one of the cycle. The second cycle is that of the Vata, Pitta, Kapha cycle, which is promoted in the Ayurveda. Ayurveda talks about Pitta in the morning, Kapha in the afternoon, Vata in the evening, and also towards the night the Kapha tends to rule. Now this cycle is used by many people to align their body rhythm and to go into the higher states of consciousness. Now the third cycle is the cycle of using the Panchapakshi. The Panchapakshi is the 5 Pakshis which represents the air, water, earth and the fire element. Now this is again divided into 5 different times. The time is the ruling time, walking time, stationary time, sleep time and death time. Normally people who are in the advanced level of sadhana do not try to do their sadhana in their death and their sleeping time. This is not known to many people. Actually, many people say, I want to get enlightened without realizing there are finer principles in practice which is not used by these people. Therefore, you have to understand these principles and apply it to navigate the time. The time influences the season. The time influences the mind. The time influences the passage of different events into people's life. For example, the Uttarayana Dakshinayana Sandhi is celebrated across in all over the India as Bhishmarata Santi and also the Guru Purnima. The Guru Purnima is the Ashada Purnima. When the sun and the moon comes into the perpendicular degree, it is called as the Ashada Purnima. Now these are pivotal points and times which are used in the sadhana. For example, your Janma Nakshatra will reflect how your life is going to be. If your life is going to be alright, your Janma Nakshatra will be alright. Now, without understanding all these principles, saying that astrology does not work is rubbish. And that rubbish is promoted by Jaggi Vasudev, Nityananda and the so-called yogis because they have never read any scriptures and it is convenient for them always to talk who I am because it is the easy understanding to con people. Now, to talk idiotically, if you go and ask somebody, are you happy? No. That's what Gautam the Buddha says. Happiness and unhappiness is a cycle. Praise and disrespect, loss and gain is a part of the life. So going on asking people, are you happy? Are you happy? shows the idiotic nature of talking to people, because you have not understood. If there is light, there is going to be darkness. So therefore, talking all these rubbish instead of understanding that the time influences the mind. For example, during Rahu Kal, many people will feel depressed. During Yamakand, many people will have a lot of ailments in their life across as a person. Therefore, you have to come to the understanding to use the cycle of time. There is another cycle of time which is called as the Hora. The Hora is used by people to evolve the time period. People are actually, I know one lady who will go and sit in a car during the Guru Hora itself, because she feels anything if she starts in the Guru Hora, it becomes very, very successful. The Titi Sunya is used by the lot of tantrics to gain siddhis in their life. In fact, the birthday of the Devata is celebrated in the Titis. The birthdays of human being is celebrated in the Janma Nakshatra. So, without understanding any of these things, without even promoting it, it is simply Kundalini Yoga, simplified astrology, simplified spirituality. Nothing can be simplified. You have to build your energy, you have to build your muscle, you have to bring your spiritual life to evolve into your life. And the next thing is the cycle of breathing, which was discovered by the great Matsyendranath. What he talks about the Swara Yoga, how the breathing is connected with the Titis. Now, this will tell you even at the hour of death, the time of death coming into your life. Please understand that these are different cycles of time. There is an organ cycle which is available in the Chinese cycle, and also there is a 60-year cycle, there is a Yuga cycle, there is a Manvantara cycle. Like that, there are a lot of cycles of time. Without understanding Kala, how can you worship Kala Bhairav? That shows a lack of sensitivity in talking. Because you are already enlightened, you don't need to do, because you need to fill the coffer and the kitty, buy helicopter, buy toys. Jaggi Vasudev is buying toys, car toys, bike toys. In the younger days, his father and mother wouldn't have bought him the toys. So as he grows older, that driving the bike, going in the helicopter, all those are toys. Kids play with the toys. Yogis don't play with the toys. And therefore, please understand that these are cycles of times which are available. Unless you go through the cycle of time, you are not going to master the spiritual sciences. For example, you are going to do the sadhana of Ganapati, you will see again and again in Yamakanda, you have a lot of Karya Siddhi. Suppose you are going to do in the Rahu Kal, and you can see a lot of siddhis which is happening in the Rahu Kal. So therefore, time is one of the very big indicators of how your sadhana is going to grow and progress in life. Without understanding and only thinking about the physical principle is very, very limited. Therefore, I request you to open the mind, do research in time, Kal. That is why Saturn is called Kal. And that is why they say, Kala Bhairav worship. Because without understanding the time and the principle of time, your sadhana is not going to take off. Now many people claim, I am the Guru, follow me, I will show you enlightenment. It is all rubbish, because these people are not enlightened. You can check using the Swara whether somebody is going to get enlightened or somebody is enlightened. Therefore, if you want to master spiritual life, you need a minimum qualification of understanding the time. In fact, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa asked somebody to read the Tithi. At a particular Tithi, he said stop. He took the Mahasamadhi on the particular day. All great masters knows how to use the time and the principles of time in their daily life. So therefore, if you want to do sadhana, if you want to master sadhana, then you need to understand the principles of time. Thank you.